Hey, what is going on? And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Rose. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, this was requested in the Telegram chat, and make sure to check out the Telegram chat. A great community of people who love crypto and love to help each other. It's a little nice, thriving community that we have over there. So make sure to check it out. Link is in the description. So jumping into the weekly chart, ticker is Rose against USDT, and you can see that we have our Fibonacci retracement set from the swing high here in March to the swing low in June. That gives us the 1.618 at 78 cents. Actually 72, I do apologize. 72 cents is our target. So from where we are right now, that is a 107% move. And as you can see, we have bounced off the 20 EMA on the weekly chart very nicely, and we've never really lost it as support ever since we started the uptrend here in the beginning of August. So right now what we're doing is we opened a relatively new candle here above, well, I say relatively, it's been a couple of days since we opened this candle, and right now what we can potentially do is come back down to the 20 weekly EMA and come back down to this previous swing high over here. So 24.5 cents or 25 cents, I should say, is your nice support level that you should potentially bounce off of if you come back down there. Now, if you start coming back even lower and we have a little flash crash, potentially you can see a wick to 17 cents over here, 17,211. Or look for the 55 EMA on the weekly chart as well. That is a very, very strong support level if you start losing the 20 EMA, but we haven't done that yet, so I don't envision it just yet. But I'm just saying that potentially if you have a flash crash and all cryptos are going to be depreciating with Bitcoin, then you may see a quick bounce off the 55 and then you start moving back to the upside. Now let's jump into the RSI. So the weekly RSI has been doing very nicely over here. As you can see, we haven't lost this support line ever since we started holding it since June 21st. So each time we had a bounce off of this trend line, we have had a move to the upside. So here a bounce, move to the upside, here a bounce, move to the upside, another bounce, well, almost a bounce, move to the upside, another bounce, and move to the upside. So potentially if we see another flash crash, look for a bounce off of this trend line over here. That would be a great entry point on the weekly chart, and the weekly RSI support level, this line could be your nice little, support band that you don't want to lose. Now, looking at the Fib retracement over here, you can see that we have run into the 1.272 over here. And our technical target after breaking the swing high over here is 72 cents, just like I said. But with the bull market getting potentially overextended into 2022, we can see that we do have the Fib level here at the second Fib level at $1.39 and the 2.272 at $2.21. So those are some targets that can potentially be met with the bull market getting overextended. Now, jumping into the daily chart, you can see that we are quite a bit above. So looking for the support on the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA on the daily chart is a really good thing to do, in my opinion. So have some buy orders at those levels, but you can potentially see a move all the way down, just like I said here on the weekly chart, to 25 cents, because that's the Fibonacci support that we have, and we may potentially come back down there if we have a flash crash. Now, looking at the daily RSI, you can see that we haven't really gotten above the index of 70, so we weren't technically overbought, and we may potentially start coming back lower. And if that obviously happens, the RSI will go lower and the price action will start coming back down to test those key levels of support. And this line is from the weekly chart, the white line, so ignore that. Now let's jump into Binance. Now here on the Binance chart, I can actually, have more indicators, more than 3 indicators on the chart. That's why we're jumping in between different charts. So on the stochastic, on the daily chart, you can see that we were overbought over here and we're starting to move back down. So potentially you can start dollar cost averaging once the stochastic RSI moves down at least to the middle because we can start having these trend reversals midway, and you want to buy once you're actually coming back down rather than buying when you're on the way to the upside, right? Because you want to be selling once you're getting overextended. But yeah, that's regarding the stochastic. So obviously, ideally we want to come back down all the way here, you stock up over there, and then you sell once you get to the overbought levels. But that may not play out like that. But jumping into the MACD right now, you can see that we had a bullish cross here confirming our uptrend. So if you use the MACD as a confirmation indicator, then you would have been up quite a bit. Let's see how much actually percentage of gains that was. So we had this, okay, December 22nd over here. So that would have been a very nice around about 50% trade, to be honest with you. So not too bad. Yeah, not too bad for Rose over here on the daily chart. And yeah, like I said, look for the support of the 55 and the 20 EMA. Now, if you look over here, we do have the 80 EMA. So this light blue line is the 80 EMA. And as you can see, we've been holding it as support a lot of the times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So a lot of the times we had a pullback, we ended up dropping all the way to the 80 EMA, and from there we had a bounce and a move to the upside. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, around about 10 touches off the 80 EMA. So if we start pulling back down, look for support on the 80 EMA. So right now we do have the Fibonacci setup from the swing high over here. You can see November 21st, and the swing low September 20th. So a bit of a smaller version of the Fib retracement. And we also have this support trend line. So this at this point is a multi-month support trend line that we've held very nicely, and we can potentially see a bounce off of this trend line if we start moving downwards. So you can see you have the 0.382 and the 0.5 over here. So these two levels can potentially hold as support as well. So look for 29,699 and look for 25,699 as well. So basically these support levels of the Fib retracement can potentially, help us keep a hold of this trend line, because if you start losing this multi-month support trend line, well, that is a bit bearish, because it's been holding us up ever since September, and ever since the end of September. So if we lose this, we'll be losing structural support, and then you should be looking for the swing highs and swing lows over here to look for next support levels, or you're going to land potentially on the 0.618 or the 0.786. But I don't envision that right now. We haven't done any of that. We just potentially can come back to the 0.382 or, come back to the 55 EMA. After you lose the 55, you apply the 80 EMA to your chart and you look for the 0.5 on this Fib level. But, other than that, we're looking very bullish on this chart. Beautiful uptrend over here. We're making higher lows and higher highs, and it's looking good. So if I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I make sure to read all the comments and answer all of them if they require an answer, obviously. But make sure to check me out on Telegram. We do have a great chat with a great community over there. We do have a Discord server as well where you can request technical analysis. We do have a Patreon, great little way to support me and a great way for me to give back to those who support me. We have low cap gem calls, my buys, my sell alerts, all that kind of stuff, and personal technical analysis and video requests. So all the links are going to be in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.